I focus on helping myself to grow. So as I really grow myself differently, I'm looking for more of everything, and I'm looking to read more. I'm looking to help myself to accustom myself to greater ways of doing things. So it's free living for me for now. And what I need to do is help myself to deliver content. So as I deliver content, I'm looking for better ways of thinking. I'm looking for better ways of doing, yeah? But you have to understand straight away how I feel. How I feel is different. And since I'm actually learning how to grow myself, I'm looking at different ways of abundance and different ways of helping people and different ways of doing it. But I understand straight away if I go read something, I want to read something from Gerald Salente and also Robert Kiyosaki. And I can go to Lewis House and read something. And I have Netflix as well. And a little bit that way. Actually, it's more how I feel. That no matter what, then my life is planning out for itself anyway. I'm planning my life anyway, very quickly. And what I do now is also I want to read something from audible.com and from audiobooks websites and a little bit that way. And as I read, I shall breathe something nice and new for myself, but I'm looking for better ways to improve. I'm looking for better ways to listen. I'm looking for myself to read and write as well. I read and write, Probably my business is looking much better, but I'm actually understanding something that I've done my passport today, and I want to do a lot more work today, your audio programs today, and I want to make sure that no matter what you guys have a nice and beautiful way of life. So I'm understanding something now. I'm understanding that there's a new phase of my life happening, and every day is a new phase, and it's something new. But this is only temporary. This is all temporary. Everything's temporary. Before I know it, I'm already with my mum. And before I know it, my dad's gone from this world, I promise. So I'm learning to enjoy and embrace this moment as what he is in terms of life. And I'm learning to help myself to appreciate much more content. I'm learning to find much more greatness inside of myself over here, to show myself that, hey, there is something better than this world. I promise you there's something better than this world that we can create, and that's it. So you must understand that I'm looking forward to talking with you guys for the next 33 years and more. There's plenty of life to be said and done. I'm sticking to the words. I'm sticking to positivity. I'm sticking to the way of life that I read and write with. I'm looking for better ways of dealing with life. I'm looking for my way throughout life to soar. I have to soar my life. But to soar my life, I have to plan it. I have to plan my life differently. And I have to find interest. I have to find interest in what I say. So the interest in what I say is what I do. And what I do is what I say. So I have to understand straight away to never go backwards. And I understand straight away how I feel about life. I see every single day my life is different, but I feel that no matter what, that other people sense that I've been doing a lot of work with words, and I understand straight away how I feel, that no matter what, it comes back tenfold for me to be able to deliver content. So what I do is I help myself to see content much greater. I see straight away how I feel. I'm learning to just penetrate much greater. Looking to increase strength and vigor in myself over here. To love my life, yeah? I'm just loving my life always, differently. I'm looking for better ways to do life in different ways. So, as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for myself to have better ways of doing something, and better ways of helping myself to love my life differently, and that's it. But actually, it's not how I feel. I feel that no matter what, that people have something out of life that you never had, and guess what? But actually, it's not how you have to grow yourself anyway differently, and you have to understand straight away how I feel. I feel that no matter what, that you have to understand how it feels to be different, and go and grow yourself and delay gratification. But that's how it is. And popularity awaits those who want to reach for a spotlight yet again and again. But if you reach for a spotlight much more than everybody else, you're going to grab the spotlight, I promise you. Although how long for? And how long do you want to be doing everything for? I mean, in a sense, so I'm understanding something. I'm understanding straight away how much effort you have to put in toward yourself and your legacy, and how much more you have to do. I feel that no matter what, that my nice and beautiful life over here is finishing up. I'm looking for better ways of thinking. I'm looking for better ways of doing life, and I'm enjoying my life in the process of what I'm making and what I'm doing. So I'm looking for something that's helping me grow. But what helps me grow is different ways of abundance and different ways of thinking. So I understand something now. I understand I'm into a new phase now, and what I need to do now is go and grow up. I have to grow up more. I have to go and talk more words, because that's how you go and live life. I mean, live life talking more words, yeah? So what I want to do is go and consume some information. I want to consume some information now, and I want to go and start with Gerald Salente, and then I want to go and find Lewis Howes and Grant Cardone and just sit down and relax, and I want to see what they got in terms of what they have in terms of knowledge, and I just try and grow myself differently, yeah? Making sure I'm learning something from what I'm doing, and I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying my life. I can see straight away how I feel. So I feel different. I feel that no matter what, that my life is different in the way of words and life, and that's it. I mean, go and grow up. I mean, grow up and learn to appreciate yourself and love your life, and that's it. Yeah, that's all you can do. I promise you. See, so guys, I'm just able to just deliver content now to prove to myself that I can do something to help myself to succeed, and to help myself to succeed, I need to go and grow myself differently. But I'm looking at images and I'm looking for ways to improve. See how I'm learning very quickly about nicely improving myself over here. So what I'm doing is growing myself differently, and I'm looking for better ways of improving myself. But I'm looking for the nice and beautiful way of life where I'm understanding how people vote. I'm understanding how people will vote for me only when I do better. And I have to find myself doing much better than yesterday, always, to be able to recollect myself as somebody in life. So that's why I'm actually understanding something. It's much more about I over here, and I come back to the word I to actually come and do a greater job for myself, so I do greater. See, so I'm just learning how to grow, guys. So what I'm doing now is I'm learning how to just go and talk to my life over here. And since I'm talking, I'm looking for a better way to improve my life. I'm enjoying myself in terms of what I'm doing. So every single day, you guys must understand that if I'm picturing anything, I'm picturing words, I'm picturing making sure that I have more enough success every single day to come and enjoy my life, guys. So I'm actually understanding something. I'm understanding that no matter what, that I just slept for a bit, and I was dreaming with images and sounds and stuff like that. So I was just dreaming with myself over here with images while I was sleeping. and I'll let it be that way. So it's more how I feel, and how I feel is different, and how I feel is that people are having a great legacy and stuff like that in this term. In terms of 21st century, I see how people are getting on TV shows. And because they're on TV shows, actually that's where popularity happens. Actually on TV shows. So how can I get myself on a TV show? I mean, somehow I need to get myself on a TV show to become popular. And that's it. First, that's all it is. First, it's very easy. First, it's very easy to be popular as long as you get yourself on television. First, and that's it. First, although for myself at least, I'm looking at the better picture of life. I'm looking at understanding that no matter what, that YouTube alone never makes you popular, but TV shows do. And I'm learning to understand straight away how I feel. I feel much more different. I feel much more alive. I'm looking at different scenarios of different instruments and different ways of doing stuff. And I'm learning. I'm learning how different I can be toward myself. I'm learning how, if I do anything in life, I'm learning how to give way to my life to be different. And because my life is different in words and retrospect, in different ideas and stuff like that, I'm looking at different qualities of different thinking. I'm making sure I have more than enough success all the time to succeed differently, and I'm enjoying the ride. I'm enjoying myself along the way. I'm enjoying what I need to do daily. And that's it. I mean, you guys have to understand straight away how I feel. I feel that no matter what I do, that I'm looking for a better way to enjoy my life. So I have a tracking number. I have my passport coming up, and no matter what I do, I have to enjoy myself. So it's much more how I feel, and how I feel is different, and how I feel is much more that I have to be much more alive now than ever before. I have to go and talk to you daily, and I have to understand straight away that it's much more how I feel exactly. And how I feel exactly is how I find a scenario of interest for myself to get on TV. So for myself to be on TV, I understand something. I understand it's much more how it is. That I'm learning very quickly about how to evolve. But to evolve myself into a greater being, I have to learn how to talk. I have to learn how to be much greater. But nobody can teach you anything about life except you. You're the only one that can teach yourself about life. And that's how it is. Life is like that. I mean, if you understand anything about life, then you have to understand how to lift yourself in different attempts to love your life differently. So it's not sure how I realize anybody who is famous today is on TV, and that's it. And they're on TV far more than anybody else, and that's why. I see. So for myself over here, I'm understanding why my popularity is the way it is, because I can see straight away how popular my show is in terms of what I'm doing online. So it's much more how I feel, that no matter what, that since I'm actually this way, improving myself and to deliver content this way, I'm actually understanding something. I'm understanding that no matter what, that I feel my way throughout life differently, and I make sure that no matter what, that it's much more how I feel. I need to grow up. I need to grow myself into the best kind of way possible, and so I can do something nice and beautiful for myself to help elaborate myself into greatness. And that's how I feel. I feel that no matter what, that it's more how I need to help myself to exemplify, to understand straight away much more than yesterday, and to understand straight away how to deliver content much more. And because I can deliver much more content much more, I realize that's how I feel. I realize that's how I understand straight away how to do life much greater. So what I'm doing is I'm loving my life. I'm loving my life differently. So every single time I'm learning how to individually help myself to love my life. And since I'm actually dwelling upon my life much greater, I'm looking at different areas of life differently, and I'm making sure I'm improving my life the best way I can. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that you guys must understand straight away how to improve yourself. So anybody who's famous and anybody who's on TV today is famous, and more famous than other people. So that's why I'm understanding straight away how my life is. And what I want to do now is I want to help myself to elaborate much more on a nice and beautiful life with myself, to understand straight away how I need to go and grow myself differently, and how I'll grow myself differently through making myself do much greater. So I need to understand straight away how I feel. So that's it. It's more how I feel. So for myself, it's more how if I go and grow myself differently, then it's more how I understand something. I'm understanding that no matter what, that I learn something very quickly. That for myself to be famous, I have to be on TV. But what can I do on TV today? I wish I can host somebody on TV. I can be a host. I understand. I have to put money into it. I have to host like Oprah Winfrey. And that's it. I'm probably while doing everything else. But now, since I'm actually going to Germany, I should to be on TV where my mum is. Probably guess what? Probably gonna have to be on TV in Germany, doing German stuff on TV. Probably now, guess what? Probably it's more how it is. I see anyway. So that's why I'm saying that popularity happens to those who are on TV, and it's easy. Probably it's very easy to be popular in daily life. So how can I make it? I mean, how can I make it on TV? I mean, that's it. I mean, ask yourself that question. How can you be on TV much more? And that's how you become all that you want to be. I mean, they're saying, Jesus Christ straight away goes on TV somehow. And that's it. But you make sure you understand straight away. Larry King has his own TV show. I mean, you must understand that it's much more how it is. But music producers, how did they become famous? They produce music, and they go in front of live crowds, and they go in front of people, and that's it. For sure. That's how they get famous. For sure. And how do life coaches get famous? For sure, life coaches get famous online, and they also go on talk shows and TV shows, and that's it. Do you understand? So for myself over here, is much more of a different story. So for myself to hit it big time, what do I have to do today to make sure that I can hit a big time other than TV shows? For you, being in front of live people, in terms of being in front of live crowds, and being in front of them and doing a live performance for free. And for free. First, that's how. I'm not sure what's the next thing. Or should just YouTube. Or should just YouTube and Instagram. First, that's all it is. And that's it. I'm pretty sure. although how can I go on a TV show right now? I mean, what can I do on a TV show right now? I can do something. I can do something on a TV show. I can start making food. I can start experimenting with people in terms of experimenting with food and stuff like that. But there's only so much that you can do. There's always a way. Unfortunately, there's always a way for you to love your life and to make a nice and beautiful show. But no matter what, it's much more go on TV shows today and host yourself as a life coach on TV. And just make sure you have an audience in front of you and be a life coach in front of people right now as a TV show host. That's it. And do seminars in front of live crowds on TV right now. That's how I have to understand that. I mean, I can do life coaching on TV. And that's it. That's your bargain. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. Now, what I'm actually doing now is learning very quickly about my life. And that's it. I realize, anyway, as I'm growing myself over here, I'm looking for a better way of dealing with life. Looking for more ways to improve. And since I'm actually looking for more ways to improve, I'm helping myself to have more. I'm looking to have more and more in my daily life. I'm looking to become actually much greater than myself, so I understand now where I need to go to become popular, but how do I get all these popularity on YouTube then? Now, that's something different, and that's something that you have to do on YouTube alone. And that's something that you have to do online with people. And that's all different. That's all different. So I understand straight away that since I'm actually doing so, and since I'm actually doing a greater life for myself, I'm understanding something. I'm understanding how people go throughout life and how people do this life much greater. But since I have so much more empathy to what I can do in life, I can make a big time improvement by having much more available. And how do I have much more available? I mean, guess what? Actually, it's much more how I understand my legacy is growing. But my legacy is growing on my Mega Drive, and my Mega Drive is how my legacy grows. And my YouTube channel, and now, since it's about my legacy YouTube channel like this way, this way, I'm understanding something. I'm understanding that no matter what, that it's much more how I feel to go and grow myself differently. And since I'm understanding straight away that there's so much more I can do in life, that I realize something. I realize that it's much more how I feel. I feel that I'm very different in terms of my life over here, and I'm very much more growing myself in terms of my aliveness, and I'm looking for ways to improve. But if somebody never wants to take your business card, then guess what? Or should let it be. Or if somebody never wants to receive your business card, then make sure you understand that you let it be now. I mean, just go on. Just go off and go on. And just understand straight away, you never go off. Just go on. Go onwards. Go with your life. So what I'm actually understanding something about this life is that anybody who's on TV shows gets famous. And that's it. That's how it is. And it's more lifting awareness. And the lifting awareness that you're alive to people. And one time is more enough. One time is more enough. But if you keep showing up in their life more and more and more, then you're famous more and more and more. That's all it is. In a sense, so for myself at busking performances, to show up every single day in that spot and busk and busk and busk and busk, I mean, my famous attitude is only in Sydney. I mean, understand? And it's only in Sydney because that's what's happening. So I understand straight away how to find a legacy for myself. So for myself at least, I have to create a TV show and I have to teach people right now on TV shows. I have to teach people on TV shows something about life. And it has to be a hosting show. I can host somebody on TV. But the thing is, right now, that since I'm hosting somebody on TV, I host myself on TV, and that's more than enough. Actually, it's more than enough. And I have an audience. And that's it. Actually now, it's more like Zig Ziglar show. I see straight away. This is what I mean. And this is how. You have to understand straight away how to do that. So that's the breakthrough. And pour money into that. And pour money into that. And pour money into that. And put all your money into your TV shows. And then that's it. Actually, it's more how it is. But that's how you get popularity. And now I understand straight away how I feel about my life over here. I'm saying that if I get myself an extra phone, I can get myself an extra phone. And what for? I mean, what for? I can just go online right now and I can get myself a nice and beautiful podcast show and amplify it on YouTube right away now. And listen anyway. I realize anyway, what's important for me is I have to do that for myself anyway. But I have my audio podcast going with my audio YouTube account going. And guess what? Actually, it's working out for me to have just 2 phones for now. And I live that way. And I'm learning very quickly about my life over here. I'm learning how to exemplify to do greater. I'm learning how to understand something, and I'm learning to do something to help myself to succeed. So for myself to lift my legacy, I already see how I just have to be on YouTube TV shows, other than YouTube. And that's it. And I have to do life coaching on TV for free. Just like Joel Osteen does. For free on TV. And do it in front of a live audience. And what does Joel Osteen talk about? I mean, he talks about Jesus Christ. Or she talks about Jesus Christ. And he's on TV shows for free. I mean, you're sin. And what else do you do? First, that's it. First, you must understand. So, I have to go on TV shows for free. And I have to hook it up. I have to hook myself up on TV shows for free. And that's it. Because people never care about anything else. I mean, in a sense, so no matter what, I'm learning very quickly how to do that. So, a little bit that way. I understand straight away that my YouTube videos can go on TV shows. And that way I'm learning very quickly about my life. And I'm learning how to actually dwell upon life much greater. So no matter what, I see my legacy is growing. And I see straight away now what I need to do. I thank you. Thank you very much. I say now, it's much more how I feel. That no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly to upload my nice and beautiful content up online. And I live it that way. I move on. I move on into better ways of life now. I'm learning something different. I'm learning how to show myself more character and more vigor and more strength and more foundational techniques every single day to learn to run my life differently. But I never need cigarettes. I make sure that no matter what I learn, I make sure that no matter what that I learn something around life. I make sure that I have something much more to say with my word I today and I'm making sure I'm learning very quickly about life. And now, it's not sure how I can become popular very easily. But as soon as you become popular, that's the key. I mean, go become popular. I mean, anybody who's very famous is on TV, and that's it. Actually, that's it. Actually, it's just that simple. And I'm learning very quickly about life. But once they get off TV, actually, then it's not sure how they collapse. I mean, they collapse totally. So be on TV all your life. So for myself over here, I have to work to get some money to put into a TV show. And spin the dice and spin those reality TV shows into fruition. And spin those TV shows into fruition. So it's a TV show about Daddy Milivojevic life. But it's more how life coaching. And it's all life coaching. And there's so much competition otherwise. So what can I do on YouTube to make sure that I can go and become someone famous on YouTube? I'm already famous on YouTube. I promise you all that information on YouTube is done already. I promise you that's all. I promise you have a Mega Drive. I promise you then that's something different. I realize anyway that what I'm doing now is I move on. I realize how does Jesus Christ from this point go and get on TV shows? Well, actually Jesus Christ says advertise yourself on TV shows and get money. Actually that's it. Actually that's all I have to do. Actually that's all I have to do and do it for free on TV shows. Put money all your money to get on a TV show at a certain time to advertise to coach people on TV shows, and that's it for free about Jesus Christ. That's it. And then we're spinning the world for free. I promise you, it's much more how it is. But because you're on TV shows in a certain area, you have to be in certain areas only to do life. So, where's my TV show? Actually, my TV show happens in Australia only. Otherwise, it's YouTube. Actually, otherwise it's YouTube, and that's it. Actually, all I can understand straight away is that I can see that's why. And I'm learning very quickly about life. That you can demonstrate your TV show to go anywhere where it's English in the world. And you can put your nice and beautiful TV show there. And that's it. And it can work out for you. And either way, you're just learning very quickly about life. So no matter what, I can see straight away how I feel about life and how, in terms of how different I am. And music is different. So music is, you have to advertise your music differently, and you have to advertise to people different aspects of life, and you have to see your life differently. So it's more how it is. So if you want to understand how to develop your talent, then develop talents on TV. And now for myself over here, it's all different for myself over here from this point on. Now I'm understanding that I need to reach for the spotlight and I need to make a TV show, especially. So no matter what, that your TV show and your fame can only go so far. But no matter what, I can feel that no matter what, that my life is done. And I'm looking for a better way. I'm looking for a better way to improve my life. So that's why I'm always planning on an audio program. I'm always planning this on an audio program. So I'm understanding how successful I am. I'm very successful. But that's how it is. And I understand straight away how I feel. I feel much greater about my life. I'm making sure that no matter what, that since I'm actually improving my life, I'm dwelling upon my life much greater, and I'm looking for a better way of opportunity, and better way of opportunity to do life much more differently. So anyway, I'll live it that way. So I'm showing myself more love and more respect and more vigor now to understand that on YouTube, I promise you, I have to be consistent. I have to be consistent doing something on YouTube. but that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Unfortunately now, I understand straight away how I feel, and what I want to do now is let it be and move up. I want to move up. I want to be teaching people more and more. And now I understand straight away that no matter how much more videos I post on YouTube, it's always going to be seen. Those YouTube videos are always going to be something online. And let it be that way. They're always going to be recognized online. They're always going to be somewhere. So no matter what I do today is I'm focusing on helping myself to deliver information, services, and I'm looking to help myself to public speak in front of crowds more and more. And I make events for free, and that's it. I make events for free, and I pour money into it, and that's it. I promise you, I'm very famous on the day. I promise you, it's more how I feel. And no matter what, I'm delivering services and information, services, for free to people while giving money for it. And that's it. I promise you, it's my promotion. And my promotion is different, yeah? And that's it. I promise you now, if I understand straight away how to grow myself now, I'm understanding something now. I'm understanding that there's more to the nice and beautiful competition of life. That there is no competition. There's no competition other than competing with yourself. You're just competing with yourself to become the best version of yourself. And that's how it is in life. So for myself at least, I'm learning how to grow myself, yeah? I'm looking for better ways of improving. I'm looking for better ways of speaking. I'm looking to help myself to improve myself. I'm making sure that no matter what, that my life is improving one way or another. I'm looking to help myself to succeed. I'm making sure I have more enough time to succeed. I have more time to advance my life. I'm looking to somehow get a trophy to help myself to, no matter what, to see much more fondness in terms of life, to advertise myself online much more, to be someone right now. And that's it. First, you must understand that as long as I'm somebody in life, I understand straight away that I'm a somebody. So that's what I do in life. I do different aspects of life differently, and make sure that no matter what, that I'm looking for a better way to improve my life now. So what I want to do now is succeed differently, and I want to be able to help to manifest my life much more, to love my life differently, and to see exactly what I need to do to succeed differently is what I need to do all the time. So I'm actually understanding straight away to focus upon helping myself to develop. So I'm developing my way of life much more forward. I'm developing everything I am much more. I'm developing everything I am much more, and I'm more successful because of it. So for myself now, I'm understanding straight away how to become famous. I'm understanding straight away that it's more how it is, and that's it. I promise you. Do your business. Do your business. And now popularity. How do you get popular? Look at TikTok. TikTok, huh? TikTok has popularity for you if you're willing to do TikTok, and go where TikTok is, and start engaging with people online about popularity around yourself, or talk to yourself all day long. What do you want? I promise you, it's more how I feel. That no matter what, it's more how, if you want popularity online right now without TV shows, then you need a YouTube account and Instagram, and you need all the social medias, and you need to go and talk to those people. Or you need to advertise yourself to those people. And how do you advertise yourself to those people? First, you have to talk to them. First, you have to give your own time to talk to them. And how much do you want to talk to these people? First, it's more how it is, yeah? First, you move on. But that's how it is. And you talk to the people by posting something online and talking to people online this way. You understand? That's what it is. It's all advertising of yourself on YouTube. So give 10 cents per business card and move on. That's how you talk to people. You talk to people by advertising your YouTube account. So then one time is more enough. Understand? And that's it. First you have to go and do your life now. I see all the famous people teach you success, but they never say to get on TV shows. First, they never tell you that, do they? First now, Armin Bruin has a TV show, but it's on YouTube. And his radio show is on YouTube. And it's a nice and beautiful radio show, I swear. And you have to understand straight away how it feels to produce music now. I realize, get up in front of people much more. And do something in front of people. And that's it. Actually, that's living in life. And that's the next step. And you can spin the world this way. As long as you can work for it. And since you're working for it in the 9-to-5 job, then you're going to be traveling around the town promoting yourself in your music much more to people. And then people can follow you because they may like your music or they may like what you're doing. But for myself over here, in terms of to get these people to follow me, personally, guess what? Honestly, it's more how different I am. I'm very different to all these people. I'm very different. And it's more how I feel. I'm very nice and beautiful, but I'm learning very quickly about how to advertise myself in front of people now. And it's more how I have results. I have results now that shows me, hey, my YouTube count is going uphill over time. I mean, there's then, honestly, it's going uphill because somebody's going to find my YouTube channel. But I see how to promote my YouTube channel now. I'll never be that way. I see how to do it. The thing is now, especially, people never have time to watch it. Or they have no time to watch me. I mean, that's it. That's all it is. So I've got to be that way. I move on, but make sure that no matter what, that now, since I'm actually understanding my life over here, I'm understanding something now. Okay, and fourth while, help myself to succeed. But I actually want to just go and consume information now. I actually want to go and just do much more information. And guess what? It's more how it is. I mean, you guys have to understand straight away how it feels to grow your life, yeah? And grow your life differently. I see my dad's dream was to be on TV show of Sesam, which is a music radio show. And that was his dream, you understand? That's it. You must understand that my dream now is to be on a TV show myself. That's it. It's the best you can do. But it's more how I feel. And I feel different. So no matter what I do now, I'm actually understanding something now that I'm looking for a better way. I'm looking to improve myself. I'm looking to help myself to succeed differently. And I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how life is. It's so easy to become popular. Now, a little bit that way and move on. Now, what I want to do now is help myself to upload content. And upload content like my nice and beautiful programs online. And just move on. And make sure that no matter what, I have more than enough success today to succeed every single day. And just go and do that now while also consuming content and a little bit that way. So I can do greater.